There's a manga about Magic the Gathering, and somehow it's the most emotional slice of life story I've ever read. Give me 10 minutes and I'll prove it. There's a very specific kind of story that almost never gets told. Not save the world story, not the chosen one story, not the if we lose this battle, the city is going to explode story. I mean, the real ones, the small one. The one where the most important thing in your life is whatever the game store still has booster packs in stock. And somehow, that feels as urgent as the apocalypse. That's what Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated understands better than almost any manga I've read in a very long time. And it might be genuinely the best manga you haven't read yet. My name is Darth James, this is the Bald Book Geek. Remember to like and subscribe and tell me what you think in the comments below. Hype also helps, and if you want to support this channel and keep the lights on, you're welcome to join my channel as a member for exclusives and early access, and also check out my Substack, Patreon, and Ko-fi. So let's just get into it, shall we? On paper, it sounds almost too ordinary. It's the late 90s. Middle school, flip phones, baggy sweaters, CRT monitors, the golden age of awkward haircuts. Hajime is a nerd. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. And not a cool anime nerd, no secret superpowers and destined to be a pharaoh in another life or whatever. Just a regular, slightly dorky kid who likes a game a little too much, and that's Magic the Gathering. And if you were alive in the late 90s and early 2000s when trading cards first exploded, you already know it wasn't just a hobby. It was a lifestyle, it was a religion, a minor economic crisis for your parents. Suddenly everything revolved around booster packs, deck builds, and that one kid who somehow always had rare cards that were dodgy at best. And that's kind of the plot for him. There's no destiny, no ancient prophecy, just kids discovering cardboard, and somehow it's completely gripping. There is also the on and off again crush and other stuff that's happened. It's a slice of life. Let's be real. Let me be very clear about something. This is not Yu-Gi-Oh! Nobody is summoning dragons in the street. Nobody is dramatically yelling attack names, and nobody's soul is getting trapped inside a trading card. If you're expecting that, you're in the wrong place. This is slice of life. Grounded, gentle, embarrassingly human. It's riding your bike too fast to make it to the shop before it closes. Spending your lunch money on packs and immediately regretting it. Pretending you understand the rules, losing badly and insisting it was just a bad draw. Having your first crush sit across you at a table while you both act completely normal and try not to throw everything everywhere. It's not about winning, it's about being a teenager and thinking every tiny thing matters more than the universe. Which honestly, it kinda did. Even though the story is set in Japan, even though the characters are technically a little older than I was at that point, if you grew up in the late 90s, early 2000s, this manga feels like it stole memories directly out of your brain. The fashion, the arcades, the weird game stores tucked into side streets, CD players, old PCs, random posters, after school wandering around with absolutely no supervision. That's the texture here. This lived in feeling. Like you can almost smell the cardboard and the plastic sleeves. It's less reading a story and, my god, I used to be this person. And that's a powerful thing because nostalgia in media is usually loud and flashy. This is quiet, specific, and personal, which somehow hits 10 times harder than anything has any right to. The real secret weapon here. The characters don't feel written, they feel remembered. He isn't cool. He isn't secretly brilliant. He makes dumb decisions constantly. And Emmy, the honor student, the rival, and the maybe crush, maybe enemy, isn't some trope either. Their relationship isn't big dramatic speeches. It's awkward glances, small, slightly competitive relationship, tiny jealousies, moments you overthink for 3 weeks. That it's that very specific middle school emotional math where she borrowed my pencil clearly means we are spiritually connected forever. You know, science. And it's funny, quiet, kind of comedy that comes from recognition, not punchlines. You laugh because you did exactly the same embarrassing thing before. And I do need to talk about the artwork because it's kind of ridiculous in the best way possible. The full colour pages are gorgeous. Like, pause and stare at it gorgeous. I want this artwork in my house. But even the black and white panels, there's so much texture, so much expression in this tiny books and body language and all of this stuff. Backgrounds are packed with details. Sleeves, posters, clutter. It feels real. Nothing looks generic. Nothing feels copy and pasted. It feels handmade, which fits the story perfectly because this is this is a handmade memory of growing up. Here's the part that surprised me the most. You don't actually have to care about Magic the Gathering at all. The cards are just the excuse. They're the glue that holds the friendships together. It could be skateboards, video games, comics, Pokemon, literally anything. Magic is just a shared language. And what the story is really about is that terrifying, wonderful, stupid urgency of being young. That feeling of, if I don't do this today, my life is over, which is ridiculous, but also completely true when you're a teenager. That's what this manga nails perfectly. It's not about the game, it's about the feeling. So here's my pitch. If you want something calm, something funny, something nostalgic without being cheesy, something that treats teenagers like they actually matter, read this. Especially now that more volumes are finally coming out in English. Because it's one of those series that quietly becomes your favourite without you noticing. No hype train, no screaming fandom, just you turning pages going, oh no, I remember this. And smile like an idiot. Because you were that person once. Not every story needs to save the world. Sometimes the biggest stakes are the £5 in your pocket, a new booster pack, and whether your friends are waiting at the store, and whether your crush notices you. And sometimes that's more than enough. Destroy humans, they can't be regenerated. The best manga you probably haven't read yet, but you absolutely should read it.